used and abused for so long. That party, they don't value our vote. Their policies are basically racist policies, and I believe it's a racist party. Donald Trump he's the opposite. He's going to tell you how it is. He's going to give it to you straight. Trump has done more for the Black community than any president I can think of in my lifetime.
And he's not alone in his criticism. President Biden faces dismal approval numbers among Black voters in key swing states. Joining us now, the co-founder of Black Lives Matter Rhode Island, Mark Fisher. Mark, thanks so much for joining the program. This is my favorite story of the day because it identifies with what I've seen in the barbershop. All the brothers, for some reason right now, are turning tides right now. And I just wonder, what is the big reason?
I think personally, it's the duplicity of the Democrats, the hypocrisy. We're not stupid. The brothers are not stupid. We understand when someone's for us and when someone is not. And it's obvious that the Democratic Party is not for us.
Yeah, I can't.
Their policies actually strike at the heart of the Black family and the nuclear family.
Yeah. What's going on, everyone? Stocks with Kenny here today, and that was a doozy video. I got a doozy one for you guys to watch today. I'm gonna pretty much react to a video that from a creator that I vehemently disagree with, Roland Martin. I think I did one of his videos before, and I got a little polarization there. But end of the day, I stand on what I said, that like the Democratic Party is not the best option for Black people right now. Like I don't understand why that's a hard concept for people like Roland Martin to understand. Like there's valid reasons for people who want to vote for Trump, regardless of their skin color. Because at the end of the day, I see us all as Americans, and we want what's best for America. And right now, what Biden's doing in office, what his policies are doing, is not giving a result that many people approve of. And that's the facts. Roland Martin want to sit here and complain about, oh, Donald Trump is the worst thing since Hitler. And I just laugh. And I'm like, yo, like, how is the guy that's responsible for the lowest Black unemployment in recent memory, he had lower black unemployment than Obama, yet you see no reason for why a Black man will vote for Trump, will support Trump. And here's another thing: in Roland Martin and the Democratic Party, they've been aware of this for a long time. Black men ain't going for it no more. Black men are realizing that Democrats have nothing really that we want in actuality. Right? Most men I know, they want to start their own business. They want to get the money. They want to get wealth. They want to be in control of their life. And voting for the Democratic Party is counter to that initiative. The Democratic Party wants you under their control. They want you dependent on them. Therefore, they don't want you to be rich and successful, because rich and successful people have FU money. They can be like, no, you can take. I don't need you. I can go vote for the other guy. It gives Black people leverage. Is it any coincidence that Black people vote 90% for the Democratic Party? It's because people like Roland Martin will sit here and smear, berate, call people names that disagree with him. Right? And then he will say he crushed him. Oh, I crushed this Trump supporting BLM local leader. For your definition of crushing somebody is not by giving them the reality of the situation, not highlighting the results of Trump's policies and how it negatively affects Black people. Your idea of crushing somebody is overshouting them and interrupting them, playing music mid-interview. That's Roland Martin's definition of crushing somebody. But, I digress. I want to sit through the video with you guys and kind of watch it, see what's going on. And, I'm going to try to give my best case for, I guess, the situation that's about to unfold here. Let's take a look.
Folks, we're 1 year away from the 2024 presidential election. Donald Trump's leading polls on the Republican side. President Joe Biden, of course, on the Democratic side, is likely to be a rematch from 2020 when Biden beat Trump. A co-founder of a Black Lives Matter chapter in Rhode Island says that Donald Trump has done more for Black folks than any other president, and actually he is the choice. Mark Fisher is that individual. Mark joins us right now on the show. Mark, glad to have you here. So first and foremost, when you made an assessment about this campaign, and you basically said nobody is good.
That's right.
Okay, explain.
Well, I mean, it's self-explanatory. Everybody else sucks, I said, to quote myself. And, you know, when you look at who we have sitting in the White House right now, I said he's a deep disappointment. He's let me down. He's let my community down. The whole Democratic Party is a complete disappointment. And I think that as an independent, I will endorse Donald Trump as the best candidate that we have.
Why is he?
So what he said there, you know, it makes sense. Hey, I'm dissatisfied with Biden. He probably voted for Biden in 2020. Right? And this is the facts that Roland Martin don't want to consider. He don't even want to have it register in his mind that there's people out there, regardless of their race, are dissatisfied with Joe Biden. We saw it in the intro. 40% disapprovals amongst black voters, 57% disapproval amongst Hispanic voters. He can't sit here and pretend that Biden's doing a good job and Trump's going to make it worse. He can't pretend that. He's making assumptions, right? And I love it when I read the comments. I read the comments on these videos. People are calling this guy, the BLM guy, a grifter. Oh, they must have paid him a lot of money. Oh, he's feeding into a narrative. And in my head, I'm like, couldn't I, as a conservative, accuse Roland Martin of doing the same thing? Right? Can I say Roland Martin's a grifter because he say vote blue no matter who? Even if someone brings valid critiques against the Democratic Party, he still thinks they should vote for the Democratic Party because of their skin color? Make it make sense. And then when I come out and say, hey, you know, the reason why most black people, 90% of them vote Democrat is because they're ignorant, they want to get mad at me in my comment section. But look at it. All Roland Martin serves as confirmation bias for people who already think this way, black Democrats. That's all he is. But no one calls him a grifter for some reason. But when my black buck comes here and I make solid critiques against the Democratic Party, people want to label me, oh, it's both sides. Okay, the last time I checked, black people ain't voting for both sides. Black people are only voting for one side, and that's the Democratic Party. So how is your critique valid when you say it's both sides, when you only give one side a chance? It makes no sense to me. It seems like you're trying to spread the blame around. When if you look at Democratic policies, all you have to do is war on poverty, incentivize single motherhood. Single motherhood facilitates an environment where the children raised under their household are more prone to poverty than if they were born in a married household, which was one of Fisher's critique in the intro that I played before I started reacting to this video. But you want to pivot to the facts, Roland Martin. I digress. Let's get back into the video.
He's the best.
Well, because he's somebody who I would consider a strong man. I consider him somebody who would give us respect on the world stage.
You say we don't have respect on the world stage?
No.
I feel like it's waning. I feel like
it's what?
I feel like
it's waning, bro.
You
heard what he said.
When we have somebody like Joe Biden as the head of state representing us globally, I don't think it's the same as if it's Donald Trump representing us.
President Joe Biden was able to pull back the NATO coalition, which Donald Trump actually splintered during his 4 years. That played a role in terms of what we see happening with Ukraine and Russia. We have also seen, again, European leaders talk about his leadership. So explain.
One thing I like. Roland Martin doesn't explain the rationale for Trump, why Trump did those decisions, right? See, the difference between me, and this is something I would want to do if my platform ever gets bigger, is that I'm never going to try to straw man someone's argument. I'm always going to attack the best argument that they have, because that makes a more valid conversation, right? A more valid debate. This channel is called Talks with Kenny. I'm not going to sit here and try to hit low-hanging fruit. I'm just point to the facts and say, hey, like, wouldn't it make sense for someone to vote for this if they see this? The reason why Trump was so harsh against NATO, and he wasn't trying to splinter NATO, all he was saying is like, damn, we pay more money into NATO than any single country in NATO. It takes all the NATO countries combined to outspend what the United States spend in NATO, but they're more at risk of invasion from Russia. And all Trump said is, hey, I think we're in a bad deal here. Like, we're paying all this money when the risk is not the same as us. We should be paying less money because we're less at risk with NATO. These people should be carrying their own weight. We're here splintering our military all over the place, and they're allowed to decommission their military. They're allowed to pretend like, oh, look, we're peaceful. We're a peaceful country. We don't have a military. But at the same breath, their citizens are criticizing Americans, calling us big dumb Americans. But these big dumb Americans are the only reason you're not getting invaded by Russia. And Trump was like, yo, I just think they need to pay more. And that's what he's considered causing splinters. It does cause splinters when someone's getting a good deal off you and you start realizing you're getting finessed, and you have someone who calling out, hey, you finessing me, bruh. You need to start paying more. Of course they're going to get mad. But this is how he characterized that event, because he has such a bias against Trump. See, this is why I said black Democrats, they're not pro-black. They're pro-Democrat. Right? And you can make the same critique about Republicans, but at least I don't sit here and pretend that, oh, everything about the Republican Party is best for black people. I'm saying black people, you need to make a trade-off. You need to make a decision. Because at the end of the day, you need to prioritize, hey, is it do for self? Should we try to start our own businesses? Ownership? Then the Democratic Party can't be your party. Because a lot of the policies they put in place gatekeep people from starting businesses. Gatekeep people from determining their own fate. What they want is people to be dependent on the state. So therefore, they have leverage over you, aka they can bribe you for your vote, essentially using your own money to bribe you to vote for them. That's what entitlement programs represent. That's what welfare programs represent. That's what WIC represent. This is why black women are the most loyal Democratic voters, because they take advantage of all these entitlement programs that the Democratic Party like to throw at people. Black men don't take advantage of these programs as much as black women do. And this is why black women are the most loyal demographic for the Democratic Party. And this is why black support from black men is waning, because black men, I'm speaking for myself here, I want to be entrepreneur. I want to start my own business. But if I'm voting for a party that's pro-regulation, they want to regulate everything to the point where you can't even start a lemonade stand without a business license. Bruh, are you incentivizing businesses, or are you disincentivizing people starting a business? And that's my argument here. They don't want black people to have leverage over their own finances, over their own economy, over their own fate, because then they don't have control over that. My biggest argument against all you pro-Democrat blacks is if you do the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, that's insanity. Black people have been voting Democrat 90% for 50 years, and you're surprised that the Democratic Party takes your vote for granted, because you have shown no willingness or ability to consider another candidate that doesn't have a D next to their name. But you want to call us grifters when you're voting for the same party for 50 straight years, and you still complaining. Oh, they need to do more for us. Oh, they don't listen to us. Why would they listen to you? Because the Democrats have no incentive to change black people's situation, period. Because here's my biggest argument. If everything stays the same right now, if nothing changed for black people, Democrats are guaranteed to get 90% of your vote. So what incentive does the Democratic Party has to change your situation? All they'll do is give you lip service, aka pander to you, and give you more of what you already have. Free handouts, because it makes you dependent on them. Right? Democrats are always charitable with other people's money, but the minute you ask them to be charitable with their money, they'll tell you that you see who they really are.
Who makes things?
This is hilarious. Okay, what else he did black people? That's
Because other than that, what does Congress do? Nothing.
Since you said two things, what else he done for black people? What else?
Okay. We have the, like I said, black unemployment was at a historic low.
Actually, you know black unemployment fell lower under Biden than Trump.
Where? Right? Isn't the jobs were coming back from the pandemic? Like you see the game, right? They locked down, right? Unemployment went higher that year to 2020, right? They don't focus on 2019. Oh no. They don't want to touch that year. 2020. Unemployment was higher because of COVID. You know, people were staying home. People wanted to take a government, stay home at government. There was more incentive for them to stay at home than go out and work. And in 2021, as you know, we slowly start opening up the economy again. That's what you're saying. Oh, black unemployment was actually lower under Biden. I don't see how. When people were complaining about retail workers not working, it's hard to retain restaurant workers. I don't understand how unemployment was lower under Biden. I think he's trying to specify black people, but I'm just taking a general analysis here that if large swaths of people weren't going into retail, weren't going to restaurant industries, and they wanted to stay at home because of the government programs that was available to them at the time, I don't understand how unemployment was lowered under Biden for black people anyway. But difference of opinion, right? I don't see, he didn't bring a stat. He just said, hey, this is what it is. And I'm explaining why that could be the case. I'm just challenging what he said in the video. That's all I'm doing. But let's continue.
Well,
You also know that black male unemployment hit its lowest point in April under Biden than it did in history.
Okay, well, I can tell you.
No, I'm just telling you.
No, I can tell you it was
That don't sound
lower
true to me.
than it was under Obama. And that's no shot at Obama.
I'm confused.
COVID really skewed things in the Democratic favor, and he still couldn't do anything with it. Joe Biden, your boy, he still couldn't do nothing with it because cost of living is higher, inflation is out of control, interest rates is also higher, all because of what? Your bad monetary policies. Look at the polls, right? We're gonna pivot to the facts. Look at the polls. No one trusts Biden with the economy. He has bad economic policies, and these bad economic policies are giving you the highest inflation in 40 years. He passed a Inflation Reduction Act that made inflation lower than its peak, but it's still lower. It's still higher overall compared to Trump's administration. But you want to sit here and pretend that Trump ain't doing nothing good for black people. How many black people you know complaining about groceries today? Roland Martin, black Democrats. And the funny part is, black voting Democrat will be more feasible if Democrats understand, hey, we're our policies ain't working. Let's change it up a bit. I have more respect for people who vote Democrat, but Democrats, they stand 10 toes down on their monetary policies, and then they expect a different result to come out of it. Fantasy. I digress.
I'm confused. Obama not on the ballot. Again, the black unemployment rate.
Right, because we love to praise Obama.
Mark, I didn't bring up Obama.
No,
You did.
I'm just saying.
Mark,
We got to keep it real. We got to stop operating from emotion, and we got to stop operating from intelligence and logic. That's all I'm saying.
Look, you see how he's interrupting him, but I can't find the video, and this video's been running long. Sorry, I can't take it too much. But what I will say with the him interrupting him and him just repeating himself is that you can't fool the eyes. Like, people, the experience people have under this economy, bro. You can't keep giving all the credit. When good things happen, you can't keep giving all the credit to Joe Biden, but when bad things happen, you keep throwing it at Trump, because that's what the Biden administration does, like, constantly. That's their playbook. Anytime something bad happened, Trump's policies caused us, and we're just trying to walk them back to make things better. This man been talking about a K-shaped recovery for I don't know how long. His presidency about to end, and still there's no K-shaped recovery. If you look at the debates between Trump and Biden, Trump predicted, hey, you put this guy in, the economy is going to go crashing, your stock price is going to crashing, your retirement funds are going to go down. Right now, the economy seems to be fine, but if you don't know, here's a truth for you guys. The entire economy is pretty much being propped up by something they call the Magnificent Seven, which are all tech companies, right? Tesla, Microsoft, Facebook, I believe, if I remember correctly. But you just Google it, web search it, whatever you want to do. Google Magnificent Seven, the Magnificent Seven. And if you took those 7 companies out of the stock market, we're in the negatives. So your whole economy is being propped up by 7 companies, and you think, oh yeah, my thing's good. I don't know, man. I don't know what's gonna get through the people, but end of the day, I don't fault people for wanting to vote a different way. Even if you want to vote third party, Green Party, I don't give a damn. But I do know is if you keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, that's insanity. And this has been my point the whole time with black liberals, black Democrats, is that they don't really want diversity of thought. They want conformity. They want you to go along to get along regardless of if it personally benefits you or not. And I think as a black men are starting to become more individualistic about how they vote. They less collective about what they vote, because they're seeing it's like, this party is not benefiting me. Right? And those are the facts. 40% of black people disapprove of what Biden's doing. You can't deny that. That's a sizable minority. If 40% of the black vote decide not to vote for Joe Biden, you lose the election, Roland Martin. But instead of trying to offer a better solution, you want to condemn these same people as them being ignorant, being the end of the day, it falls on deaf ears. Because to me, politicians only listen when there's a consequence. AKA, if you keep voting for them, you essentially reward them for their job. Okay, So as long as I keep pandering to black people, they're going to keep giving me 90% of the vote, even if I don't do anything for them. Okay, got you. And you're surprised when they don't do anything for you because you already gave them what they wanted. They wanted the power. They got it. And they say, okay, see you in 4 years. But if you go up there and say, hey, I need tangible results. If you don't give me tangible results, we sit out the election or we vote Republican. That gives them an incentive to actually better your situation. Because the alternative is they lose elections. But y'all never play that card. Instead, you threaten them and they go, yeah. You're still going to vote for us anyway because you'll never vote for a Republican. And you end up doing exactly what they told you to. All you have to do is look at Charlemagne the God. Or Charlemagne, sorry, I don't believe man can be a god, but Charlemagne. Just look at Joe Biden talk to Charlemagne. Oh, you ain't got nowhere to go. You got no leverage. That's what the Democratic Party is showing black community. And as long as you keep rewarding that attitude, you're going to keep getting what you're getting. And that's just my thoughts. Let me hear yours in the comment section. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I really do appreciate you guys for watching to the end of the video. And I hope to catch you on the next one. Peace.